Hello students, this is Dr. Ranjini, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology. Welcome to e-learning sessions in biomolecules. In this session 7, we learn about Fisher and Haber structure of galactose. In previous sessions, we learned the Fisher and Haber structure of glucose and fructose. Today, we learn about Fisher and Haber structure of the galactose. Galactose is a monosaccharide produced in many organisms, especially mammals. Especially mammals will be, you will find the galactose. Mammals use this galactose in milk to give energy to their offspring. The galactose is the important component of the milk sugar that is called the lactose. So this lactose is formed by combination of galactose with glucose. When galactose and glucose are joined together with elimination of water, there is formation of the disaccharide that is called lactose. So this lactose, that is milk sugar, will be there in the milk, and this serve as the energy for the newborn baby. And the special enzyme is required, that is lactase, to cleave this the lactose to release galactose and the glucose. So that is regarding the galactose. Now we will move on to the Fischer projection structure of the galactose. Galactose is having the structure just similar to the glucose. It is having the structure just similar to the glucose except at C4 position. Except at C4 position. If you learn the structure of the glucose, it is very easy to write the rest of the monosaccharide structure. Like the rule of the Fischer projection, we have the aldehyde group or the CHO at the top end of the carbon skeleton. And then at C2 position, we have OH towards right side and H towards left side. So this structure at C2 position is similar to the glucose. Next, at C3 position, we have H towards the right side and OH towards the left side. So this C3 of galactose is having the structure similar to the glucose. But at C4 position, in case of the galactose, we have H towards the right side and OH towards the left side. But in case of the glucose at C4 position, we have OH towards the right side and H towards the left side. So if you know the changing the configuration at the C4 position, and then you can write the structure of both glucose as well as the galactose. So in galactose, we have H towards right side and OH towards left side. But in case of the glucose, we have OH towards right side and H towards left side. And at C5 position, in case of the galactose, we have OH towards right side and H towards the left side. So this configuration of C5 carbon atom is similar both in galactose and the glucose. But at the 6th position, as usual, we have CH2OH. So this is the Fischer projection structure of the galactose, which is having the structure similar to the glucose except at the C4 carbon atom. And now galactose is designated as D or L. If the OH at the terminal last but one carbon atom is towards the right side, then it is called as the D-galactose. So here you can find here the OH is towards the right side at the C5 carbon atom. If it is towards left side, then it is called as the L-galactose. So L-galactose will be having the OH at the C5 carbon atom towards the left side. So I think you understood writing the Fischer projection of galactose. Next, we will move on to how to write or represent the functional group of the galactose on the Haworth structure. In Haworth structure, there will be the cyclic hemiacetal ring formation takes place between C1 and C5 carbon atom. There is the cyclic ring formation takes place between C1 and C5 carbon atom, and then it results in the projection of OH either towards the right side or towards the left side. First we'll place the OH towards the right side. We'll place the OH towards the right side. Then we will write the Haworth structure. At C1 atom, you have the OH towards the right side. So that's why we have written the OH on the downward side of the Haworth ring structure. Then at the C2 position, we have the OH towards the right side again. Then you write the OH towards the downward side and H upwards. Then at C3 carbon atom, we have the H towards the right side. Then you write the H towards downward end of the Haworth ring and OH upward. Similarly, at C4 carbon atom, you have the H towards the right side. So, H towards the downward end of the Haworth ring and OH towards the upward end of the Haworth ring. Then at the C5 carbon atom, there is hemiacetal ring formation. So, this results in the cyclization of the ring, and to the fifth carbon atom there is attachment of the CH to OH, or the sixth carbon atom is attached. So, that is placed attached to the C5 carbon atom. And here it is the D-galactose. It is D-galactose and it has the OH at the C1 carbon atom towards the right side. So, it is called as alpha galactose. It is called alpha galactose. You understood this? So, at C1 atom, after the pyranose structure formation, there is OH towards the right side due to the cyclization between C1 and C5 carbon atom. So, that's why it is represented as alpha D galactose. It is D because OH is towards right side. So, this is alpha D galactopyranose. Next, suppose if you have the OH towards the left side, if you have OH towards the left side and H is towards the right side. So, you have the configuration, the cyclic ring formation takes place and it results in the 6-membered pyranose structure. And here at C1 carbon atom, H and OH are interchanged. So, OH is towards left side. So, you write the OH upward of the Haworth ring and H towards the downward end. Then at the C2, you have the OH towards the right side and H towards the left side. Similarly, you have the H on the C3 carbon atom towards the right side. So, you write towards the downward end of the Haworth ring and H upward end of the Haworth ring. And then at C4 carbon atom, so this is the difference between the configuration of H and OH is the difference between glucose and the galactose. Here in the galactose you have the H towards the right side. So, that's why it is towards the downward end of the Haworth structure, and OH is on the upward end of the Haworth structure. C5 is involved in the pyranose ring structure. That's why it is involved in the pyranose structure with the C1 carbon atom. And attached to the C5, you have the CH2OH that you write upward of your Haworth ring structure. And since it is C1 atom, that is the anomeric carbon atom, is having the OH towards the left side. It is having the OH towards the left side or upward of the Haworth structure. It is called beta D galactopyranose. Beta D galactopyranose. Pyranose because there is ring between C1 and C5 resulting in the formation of 6-membered ring that resembles the pyranose structure, 6-membered pyranose structure. Hence, it is called beta D galactopyranose. So, till now we learned the Fischer and Haworth structure of D-galactose, alpha D-galactose and then L-galactose and beta D-galactose. So, it is very easy to write the monosaccharide structure if you know the structure of the glucose and the alteration of the functional group at specific carbon atom. In case of fructose and glucose, it is C2. In case of galactose, it is C4 carbon atom. I hope you understood this session. Thank you.